Every casino has one table where everyone eventually gathers. The one where the stakes are the highest, the one where the eyes in the room are watching. Tonight, a basketball court is that table as the Mecca and Davis Steel get set to do battle. We welcome you inside the luxurious M Resort Spa Casino in Henderson, Nevada, where the Vegas Bracket Championship is ready to tip. Thank you so much for making us a part of your week's festivities. My name's Christian Filliman alongside Jordan Taylor. For Davis Steel, this is a journey that began many years ago when they were named Eberline Drive. Very successful throughout the duration of the TBT. Back-to-back-to-back TBT Final Fours. Undefeated here in Vegas, but none of it matters without a championship trophy. On the other end, it is the Mecca. This is a team that has a collection of all-stars from the Pro-Am in Long Beach. With the talent that they have, they are not only making themselves known here in Vegas, but across the nation. And, well, the transparency, the thin line between who's the favorite and who's the underdog, I can't tell you which one's which.
Yeah, both of these teams boast a big three and tremendous role players. And the Mecca fighting for a chance to perhaps go back to the Mecca of college basketball. They've been fantastic. Davis Steel has as well.
A trip to the Bluegrass State is on the line. And let's take a look at how we got here. First, starting with the Mecca.
Yeah, and you know where it starts at, in the Mecca. Some of LA's finest, none finer than Casper Ware Jr., their coach by senior. He runs the show, and then they got the big fella down low, Terrell Carter. Sweet feet, I like to call him. He's got a plethora of moves down there. He can spin off you. He can shoot the jump hook. But this has been the guy. All-time leading scorer at Fresno State, Marvelous Marvell Harris. He has been getting it done. Started slow, 20% from three in the first two games. It's 15 out of 17 in the Elam ending for the Mecca over the last two games. He has led the charge when it comes to getting it done. But they got a tall task in front of them, Philly. Davis Steel, you said it's a razor-thin line, but make no mistake, these guys have been the favorite. Anthony Clemens missed the first two games. They got him back. He didn't miss a beat. 11.6 rebounds, 4 assists. He runs the show, and then they got one of the best two guards, top two in scoring in the TBT. Gabe York, another one from LA. He can score from anywhere on the floor, and when those two guys get it going, it opens up for the other guys. Terry Taylor, he got it going in that fourth quarter for Davis Steel. And when in doubt, you know you got to get it back to Gabe York. It's going to be fun.
All right, folks, coming up next, we got starting lineups and the tip-off. The tables has been set. We're ready to feast on some hoops here in Henderson. Back on the other side of the break, you're watching the Vegas Bracket Championship on FS1. Welcome back to Vegas, folks, and let's take a look at today's starting lineups as they are presented by the M Resort Spa Casino in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. There you see the starters for the Mecca and Davis Steel. So many ballers on hand from both sides. NBA experience, TBT experience. These guys could write a book on how to win.
Yeah, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You talk about that. Both sides, the same starting lineup. We talked about the big three on each side. But watch out for Garrett Nevels. He shot it well, 6 for 7 in the game prior to Heartfire lead against Knipple Crew. On the other side, Pedro Bradshaw, really good defender.
And the tip is won by Nate Watson and Davis Steel, and we are underway. Here in chance of defense already. It does feel like a championship environment here. as the first shot of the afternoon is in, and pick it up right where we left off just a couple days ago. Terry Taylor, who dropped 18 points in Davis Steele's last game against Red Rose Warready. He was a deciding factor late in the second half.
Yeah, he was, and that started with Gabe York, though, creating. You got to be up at the level because of his shooting ability, and Taylor was the beneficiary of some of his passes.
And Watson with a big block on Terrell Carter. The great Gabe York going one-on-one against Nevels. He's going to kick it out to the perimeter. Taylor trying to take Jamerson by himself, and that's going to change side.
Nevels did a great job right there, not allowing the reject, but here it goes. Starts in a horns action. Jamerson following the game plan. Great draw by Coach Malott coming out. Empty side to Taylor. There's no help over there if you're going to pop, if you're going to show. Really good set to start the game.
And Mecca wearing the white, Davis Steele wearing the blue. Your officials for today: Jeff Anderson, Clarence Armstrong, and Matt Potter.
Flame on. Marvell Harris still hot somehow. Might be this Vegas heat. Clearly he's not going inside to the air conditioning, but that's too easy right there.
To the hole, and a foul on Jamerson. A marvelous Marvell Harris, 2 Elam Enders over the course of this Vegas weekend. He's up to 7 total. Let's take a look at that replay.
Yeah, 26 in the last game. Similar to that action with Gabe York. You got to be up at the level because of his ability to get downhill rather than shoot it so much. But they stay attached to Carter. A mistake right there by Davis. You got to show you can allow Carter to pick and pop in that situation, but Harris takes advantage and gets down Boulevard.
Watson misses the first of 2 free throws. Davis Steele, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, formerly known as Eberline Drive. The name comes from their partnership with Davis Steele, one of America's highest quality manufacturers of tubing and chain link fences. And it'll be interesting. Should Davis Steele manage to get back to the Bluegrass State? I know Davis Steele did have an affiliation with La Familia a year ago, so a lot on the line here. Harris tries to find his way to the hole, taken away by Gabe York, a certified kleptomaniac here at TBT. The pass into Bradshaw. To the hole he goes, off the window, but can't get the bucket. And we see Nevels running into a double team.
Great reaction by Bradshaw right there, even though the reject is a no-no.
As Ware pulls up for 3, badly misses off the mark. A testament to the perimeter defense by York.
Yeah, York did a fantastic job fighting over the screen. You got Ware right here with a mismatch with Watson.
And Watson the turnaround, and he gets his shot swatted out into the sidelines by Jamerson. Emphatic block with authority. Palmed the heck out of that like he was spiking a volleyball.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Jamerson. Coming off the strong side right there. Understands he's got guards down there. There's a mismatch and perfect timing, not just on the jump, but on his attempt to come over.
There we see Anthony Clemens got his first action in the last game for Davis Steele, and he really came out of nowhere in terms of a performance. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. That was his only game that he competed in at TBT. Obviously, this would be game number 2, but former Iowa Hawkeye, a great addition, I should say, to this Davis Steele team.
Yeah, he's a professional. Been in Japan the last couple of years. Right there, talk about professional. Nevels fights over the screen. A pro bucket getter. York feels him, stops on a dime. You get the bump and the foul. You see right there, that's the danger of Gabe York, his gravity. Neville just a step off of him, allows that separation, and York with elite footwork, getting that right foot square, right-hand shooter. Tough.
Now the Wizard of West Covina pulling a triple right out of a hat. Unable to complete on the 4-point play, but there you see him quarterback in the attack. 6-2 the score for Davis Steele. He steps back for a triple. 2 in a row for the great Gabe York.
Yeah, right there. That's just elite one-on-one work. Just a little cross step back. Too much space, smooth release. And he's got it cooking here early for Davis Steele, responsible for all 8 points, assist on 2 of them.
And Harris within the 3-point line, a quick answer, a quick response from the former man from Fresno State. Had an elite run as a member of that program, took him to the NCAAs. I mentioned 2 Elam Enders here in Vegas, up to 7 total, and that's going to be an offensive foul. There you see Casper Ware with a nod of approval. Those 2 are going to be going at each other.
Long Beach and Orange County right there. LA stand up. LA area. I know Orange County ain't LA, but might as well be. Like the switch right there. Neville's off of York. Casper Ware just pestering him. He's older now, but he was always a great defender in his day. Clearly still got it.
Excellent career at Long Beach State. It was all Big West. Pass comes into Harris. Harris over to Nevels. Nevels has York defending him. Jamerson stepping up for that screen. The bounce pass into Jamerson. Gets in the air. Levitates, gets his own offensive rebound, and puts it in with the right hand.
Great pass right there from Garrett Nevels. And a great job staying in the middle of that outer third. Wrapped it around the back of the defender. Left hand, that's his offhand. Jamerson stays with it on the miss.
This isn't feeling like a first quarter, Jordan. Feeling more like a fourth with the way these two teams are going back and forth with each other.
Yeah, they're paying for some money and some hardwood. You expected the intensity. There you see it right there.
Cooler heads do prevail. The officials trying to get in the way to prevent any more jawing between both teams. Our officiating crew here in Vegas has been outstanding. They've done a good job letting the teams play. They know what's at stake. So much that's at stake.
Yeah, they have. And you see it right here. When everything's at stake, they've been great at letting them play physical. Right there, just two fellas competing. And a double technical foul on both sides. And then earlier you saw it, Casper Ware climbing up into the space of Gabe York, and then, hey, man, playing a little hot potato with the ball. Cooler heads did prevail. Think they will, but that's what we love to see. Philly is Vegas. Give us a show, baby.
Absolutely. We're here for entertainment. To the victor goes the spoils. And Clemens and Ware still jawing at each other. Is Clemens going to stick to Casper Ware, the son of the head coach of the Mecca? Casper Ware, senior, a legend as a coach and as a player in the Drew League. Bounce pass into Carter. Carter quickly spinning past Rutherford. He's going to get called for the travel. Well, he was put on skates with that defense by Rutherford.
Yeah, it's attention to detail there from Rutherford. How many times, Philly, have we seen this week guys play physical with Carter and him just spin off of him? Rutherford, strong forearm right there. As soon as Carter went to make a move, kind of gave space, pulled the chair. Really heads up there.
Screen set by Taylor as he finds himself free. Gets up into the air, but Carter alters the trajectory of the shot. Pass into Harris. Harris to the hole, and he scores successfully.
Terrell Carter with a dime, looking like Chris Paul, like Magic Johnson right there. The full court bounce pass. That's tough.
6-0 run for the Mecca as Clemens off the far end of the rim, diving for it. Was Rutherford, but back into the hands of Jamerson. Nevels into Carter. Carter off the window with the right hand.
Billy, you talked about the physicality. You see his bodies everywhere, dropping on the floor. But Carter, the big fella, running the floor. Might have got away with the travel, but the Mecca out on top. 8-0 run.
10-9 the score. Mecca, as we mentioned, out of Long Beach, the Mecca Pro-Am. As Rutherford goes in, gets the soft touch off the rim, and he gets his first points of the afternoon.
Rutherford, elite right there, flips the screen. The Mecca was expected to have two on the backside, and the low man. When Rutherford flipped the screen, he switched the defense, opened that up. Great job by Rutherford. And Davis Steele started out 9-2, but the Mecca coming back, trying to claim the throne. It's Terrell Carter on the defensive end. Full court pass. Showtime to Marvelous Marvell. And then Nevels, Carter, get it back for your time, big fella.
by M Resort Spa Casino, the official hotel of the Las Vegas bracket. And by Skechers Basketball. Comfort. TBT is brought to you by M Resort Spa Casino, the official hotel of the Las Vegas bracket. And by Skechers Basketball, comfort that performs. All right, welcome back, folks. There you see some images of past TBT champions. The most recent ones, the Aftershocks, although they will not get an opportunity to defend that title. We'll have a champion, a new champion potentially here, and there's a team that really is striving hard to win their first championship here at TBT. Is Davis Steele, formerly Eberline Drive. We mentioned back-to-back-to-back TBT Final Fours. They were in 2 championship finals, most recently against the Aftershocks. They've participated in TBT forever. They're as OG as it gets, and they've been successful, but at the end of the day, they want to win the trophy. They want to win the prize. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and you look, TBT's done such a great job posting as Reese going to get down and transition off the bench, but you look around, you see the legends of TBT past. I know Eberline Drive took some tough losses to Overseas Elite. Overseas Elite got to get investigated. I'm looking up there right now, seeing those 4 guys. How'd they get all them on the same team back-to-back years?
That's crazy. The pass in New York. York uncontested. He's up to 8 points. And as a reminder, that championship game will be on Sunday at 1 p.m. A battle in the Bluegrass State, as the winner of this game takes on the Kentucky Alumni. A 6-0 run by Davis Steele.
Coming off of the misses, the Mecca's got to get back on defense and transition. Those aren't even turnovers, just misses off the rim. Easy leak-out layups.
Harris going up against Rodman. Harris to the hole, switches with the left hand. Rebounded by Rodman.
Numbers again for Davis Steele. Got to find bodies.
York from way downtown, practically from Fremont Street, buries his 3rd triple of the afternoon. The Wizard of West Covina, the great Gabe York. He's absolute dog on the perimeter.
Yeah, he shot that from over by us, Philly. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Davis Steele responding with a 9-0 run of their own, all out of transition.
4 for 4 from beyond the arc. They are shooting the lights out. Pass into the paint. Jamerson has the size advantage, but Reese manages to get his hands on it. Jamerson quickly runs into a brick wall. That brick wall's name was Rutherford. The outlet. Reese has it. New York looked like he thought about it for a second. Gets it poked away from Harris. Harris diving for it. Pass into Carter. Going one-on-one to Nevels. That's going to stay on this end. Great defense by the Mecca, and Harris poking it away from Gabe York. Gabe York's normally the one who does that.
Yeah, Gabe York leading the TBTs and steals. Harris flipping the script. A little lazy with the ball right there. Just gets the long arms, gets that big paw on it. And then first to the floor, gets it. But again, that's been the difference right there. You look at off the steal, how many Davis Steele bodies are back in transition to get the block. Rutherford, Reese, all of them. The Mecca has to take a page out of that playbook right there.
Inbound in, quick jumper on the other end by Casper Ware. He's going to draw a foul as he hits the deck.
And Davis Steele, particularly Gabe York, asking for an offensive foul right there on Casper Ware, saying he kicked his leg out, and that's what the Mecca's going to go to a lot in these out-of-bounds scenarios. They like that double stagger going towards the corner. It's really a tough shot for a right-handed shooter. We saw Casper Ware knock it down earlier this week, but it's tough to defend. It's running full speed at a guy like Casper Ware. Got to stay attached to the body.
At the free throw line. That one rims right out. Casper Ware played most recently in Moscow for CSKA. 5'10" point guard out of Cerritos, California. Misses them both. Uncharacteristic misses.
This is a guy who's shooting over 90% from the free throw line in this tournament.
And there we see Casper Ware Sr., the legend himself, 87 Drew League Championship game MVP, 1987. That was a minute ago. Casper Ware's done a lot of things, seen a lot of things, and Casper Ware Jr. has learned a lot of things from his dad. What they're trying to learn here is how to win at TBT. Rutherford gets a shot blocked by Carter. Picking up the rock is Brandon Moss. We got to see him the other day for the first time, too, a slasher. Mecca's missed their last 5 field goals.
And Moss right there did a great job touching paint. And a little mistake, dribbled or kind of ran Marvell Harris out of a mismatch right there. He's got a space and allow him to attack Rutherford.
And that hesitation, but Moss nearly atoned for the mistake, but picked right back up by Taylor. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Reese from the corner, rebounded by Ware.
And then last possession, Brown did a fantastic job. Casper Ware was wide open. He over-rotated, did a great job getting his hands on the ball.
Harris gets Brown in the air, goes to the hole himself, draws the contact on Rutherford. No call, can't make the bucket. Brown into Rodman, back over to Taylor. Saw the big man, 6'10" Carter, decided to change direction. Look at a big man, 6'10", like that. Yeah, of course it's going to make you alter your direction and the trajectory of your shot. Carter, another member of Fresno State, was there for 4 years. 6'10", out of L.A., played at Redondo Union High School.
Davis Steele right now winning the battle of physicality and discipline right now. Everything is tough for the Mecca offensively. Deflected passes, even the shots they're going to contested at the rim.
Rodman, catch and shoot. He is a sniper, certified sniper. You can't give him any kind of space because he will make you pay from anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, you talk about that discipline right there. Similar to Casper Ware going to the corner. The Mecca cheats the screen, goes under. You got to stay attached, stay on his hip. Can't allow him space.
Smith with the jumper. And that breaks the 12-0 run by Davis Steele. That'll count if it goes at the horn. Just off the mark, but we got a battle here in Vegas. 21-12. What a game we've had. What a strong first quarter.
Yeah, game of runs here in this first quarter. 9-2 to start. The Mecca responds. And then Davis Steele in transition. The Wizard of West Covina all the way from downtown.
you see the lobby of the M Resort Spa Casino, the official headquarters, team hotel headquarters of the Raiders. And it's an awesome facility. They've done a great job hosting this event. See some fans in the stands, some Mecca fans in the stands, and no surprise there as well. They're based out of Long Beach, so not the longest of drive to get to Vegas, but a pleasant drive nonetheless. And look, you and I have had a great time here in Vegas. Marinelli's Restaurant, the Vig, the nighttime hockey bar, great stuff. There we see the head coach of Davis Steel. Mike Malat spent last year as the assistant coach with the Maine Celtics in the G League. Has coached all over the world, internationally in Australia, and has played at the TBT on a number of occasions, 4 if I'm not mistaken. And Jordan, that's got to add another element to his coaching dynamic. He's played here, and now he coaches here, so he knows a little something about this tournament. It obviously proves to be an advantage over some coaches who have never had the opportunity to compete in this league.
Yeah, it is a different style of basketball with the elam ending, the physicality, trying to put teams together quick, as you see right there. Terrence Smith and Lamar Peters, 2 guys also accustomed to this tournament. They have stymied the Tide many times here in this tournament for the Mecca off the bench.
Rutherford gets his hands on it, into the hands of Peters. Davis Steel had a 12-2 run to close out the first quarter. There we see Rodman. He's going to draw foul on Peters. DJ Rodman, 6'6", shooting guard out of Newport Beach, California. The brother of Trinity Rodman.
DJ Rodman, or Lamar Peters rather, excuse me, tries to pull the vet move right there, and tummy check to Rodman. Officials all over it. Not a good foul right there, especially after the turnover from Peters. I also want to point out those Mecca fans we saw at the break there. Not just any Mecca fans. That's the next generation of the Wares right there. It's 3 generations of Long Beach greatness in the house.
TBT fans, show your pride and support your favorite team with official merchandise. Shop now at thetournament.com and represent your team all tournament long. Rodman, who played collegiately at Washington State and USC. Summer League with the Clippers, was a champ with the Greensboro Swarm recently. And a heck of a shooter, by the way. We mentioned that when talking to the coaching staff. His catch and shoot abilities, otherworldly.
Stark contrast from the rebounding nature of Dad.
As Peters drives to the hole, going to draw a foul. Can't believe we found our way all the way to the championship of this Vegas bracket. As we mentioned, the winner of this game is going to take on the Kentucky Alumni. But nobody here is looking ahead, because in Vegas, the fastest way to lose your fortune is by counting money you haven't won yet. As Smith hits his layup. Smith, who had 4 points in the last matchup for the Mecca, getting himself going here in the second quarter. Reese going one-on-one against Smith, pulls up right by the elbow, into the hands of Rutherford, over to Brown. Pass into Rutherford, gets his pocket picked by Smith on the other end.
And that's the discipline that we're talking about from the Mecca right there. Marvell Harris in perfect low man position. Terrence Smith was ready to rotate, but saw Rutherford under the rim. 3 guys converge on him, understanding maybe he's not going to make that pass out. And that's what the Mecca's going to need, because we've seen that the entire game from Davis Steel in their rotations.
Since the start of the Vegas bracket, Davis Steel's played 13 quarters, and they've scored 20 or more points in 7 of those quarters. So a dynamic team. One of the highest scoring teams here in this tournament is Marvelous. Scores himself another jump shot on the baseline. Mr. Harris, what a week he's had. Brown driving against Smith, trying to take him one-on-one. The turnaround, tough shot, blue-collar bucket for Brown.
Yeah, it's Harold Brown right there. Tough move, good footwork, good patience. He's been great off the bench as well. Both these teams, the bench backcourt, been fantastic.
And Smith hits it off the quadricep of Brown. Terrence Smith out of Jersey. Played for the great Bob Hurley Sr. at St. Anthony's. Throughout his collegiate career, went to Nebraska, Duquesne, and UConn. Also TBT experience with LA Ignite. But I would say Smith's family, and his mother in particular, probably the happiest because he was valedictorian in high school. Maybe happier about getting it done in the classroom as opposed to on the hardwood. I don't know.
Maybe.
So you disapprove, I see, as Watson gets the basket.
You're the one that said a mind is a terrible thing to use, so you know what I'm saying?
That's true sometimes. I mean, the battle we all fight's in between the ears.
That is a fact. In that case, probably good to use it.
I mean, I've always found athletes' ability to get the job done on the field of battle and in the classroom impressive. I can't multitask. I mean, walking, chewing gum at the same time, that's quantum physics to somebody like me.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? You're not supposed to agree with me.
You know.
Started to sound more like my wife. We've been hanging out too long.
I'm trying to keep it a green bean, man. Just trying to keep it real.
Ball is loose. Right in the Davis Steel bench. It's off of Gabe York. Hustle between him and Peters. There we see the first quarter offense between both sides.
Yeah, you see right there, Gabe York, 4 for 4, outscoring the Mecca. Mecca struggling from the floor. They're going to have to make some shots. I think Gabe York got away on that last one. That looked like it was off him.
Grab it behind the back, breaks his defender's ankles to the hole with the right hand. What a move by Hassani Gravit, MVP most recently in Azerbaijan. And after talking to him early, he's going to have his next contract in Italy. 6-0 run for Davis.
Maybe a little miscommunication in the ball screen right there from the Mecca. Not sure if they're showing, switching, or in a drop.
Moss, one-on-one against Watson. Tries to get Watson in the air. He's not going to be baited. The bounce pass into Smith. Smith with the turnaround fadeaway. Comes up short. Gravit with the rebound.
Cameron McGriff on that play. Fighting in the paint against Jamerson and then coming over to help on the back door.
Stolen by Moss to the hole. York gets his hand on it. Regardless, that's 2 points. And a big 2 points. Break up this Davis Steel run. 9-point game here.
Yeah, big play by Brandon Moss right there as Davis Steel. All the energy, all the discipline. Defensively stout right now. The Mecca's going to have to find a way. They're going to have to make 1, 2, 3, 4 decisions offensively to get good shots against this Davis Steel defense.
McGriff with Jamerson. He's going to pull up for 3. Peters comes up with it. Mecca looking for another response, trying to chip into this 9-point lead. The bounce in.
Every single time. How impressive that is right there, Philly. Rodman not supposed to be in the low man right there because Peters supposed to be going towards his side. Peters rejects. Rodman heady enough to still be in position and show a body, take away that layup from Jamerson. Again, just showing the connectivity defensively from Davis Steel, which is amazing in a tournament like this. You don't have much time to play together.
Smith going one-on-one against York. Pulls up. And the emphatic rebound by McGriff.
Yeah, Davis Steel too good to settle for shots like that if you're the Mecca.
Clemens finds Gravit. Watson right around 15 feet off the back end of the rim. Offensive rebound. The offense gets reset here for Davis Steel. Clemens runs into a trap. McGriff. Oh my gosh! What a dunk! Chief Rocka, Rim Rocka, Cameron McGriff, are you kidding me? The audacity of dunk with bad intentions.
And again, you see it, the mistake defensively from the Mecca, just a flare screen from McGriff. 2 guys run to the flare man. He's got a runway.
And that had the tie for the largest lead before broken up. I still got goosebumps after that last play.
No. Hey, no, I got it.
We got to take a look at that one more time again. Thus my eyes deceive me.
Oh, they do not, partner. You see both guys go to the ball and Terrence Smith. Like, hey, man, what y'all doing? Why y'all got me down here looking like that? McGriff, take off.
Welcome back, folks. As we mentioned, the winner of this game heads to Kentucky to take on La Familia. That championship game is going to be on Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. The winner of that game gets $2 million. $2 million on the line. Bragging rights, so much, but $2 million. That's double the amount that Aftershocks won last year. $2 million isn't enough to get you out of bed. I don't know what to tell you. Now, Cameron McGriff. No, I wish I was. I'm rich in terms of the company I surround myself by. But, Jordan, Cameron McGriff only has 2 points. But the 2 points that he had were scored so emphatically that he might need to call a structural engineer to take a look at that rim there. He absolutely rocked it.
And McGriff, the crime dog right there. Going in.
Take a bite out of the rim.
Taking a bite out of the rim, exactly.
York to grab it. Excellent dish. The dish with the swish. And Davis Steele coming out of the break. Back on top by 11.
Dave York putting on a show, 11, 3, and 4 right now. Dominating this game. And again, talk about the undisciplined on defense.
And speaking of taking a bite out of the defense, that was McGriff. Foul on Moss.
Good response there from the Mecca, but on the other side, all eyes on me is Gabe York all time. The hezzy freezes Moss right there to turn the corner. That's tough. And then the back door, Peters falls asleep. Looking for the roll man. Gabe York, the maestro with it in the ball screen. Not just a shooter, ladies and gentlemen. He's a great decision maker, and that's been evident throughout this tournament as well.
I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife, getting it done offensively, defensively, scoring from the logo, dishing to his teammates, attracting attention, freeing up everybody else. I mean, he's a threat anytime he gets his hands on the rock.
Can't put enough emphasis on that. Saw the hezzy right there. That's high level. It's kind of hang dribble, freezes the big man. Moss went back to his and opened up the space.
Clemens, the bounce pass into Watson, back out to grab it. Under 3 to go here in the second quarter. Davis Steele up by 10. Moss gets his hands on the basketball, and that's going to come out of bounds.
Brandon Moss right there. Saved another layup, and looked like the Mecca again. Falling asleep on that backside. Davis Steele is going to go to work. You keep making these mistakes.
Grab it. Into McGriff, the bounce pass. Excellent ball movement, but great defense by Nevels. As Watson momentarily was wide open.
Great play by Nevels. Got beat on the back cut. Heck of a recovery.
And Moss aggressively driving to the hole. He's still down on the deck. They have the numbers. Alley-oop! York with the rebound.
Smokey Robinson in the building right there. Great pass from York. McGriff trying to get a little funky with it. 2 points is 2 points, baby. Just make sure you finish. Those are the ones that can change momentum.
Moss was on the floor for a little bit. He's back on his feet. Three-pointer on the other end. You see, grab it. Passing to Watson. Blocked by Carter, but he's going to get whistled for the foul.
Yeah, how many times, Philly, have we seen Davis Steele with numbers? The Mecca, body behind, 5-on-4 opportunity. Watson does what he's supposed to do, runs right to the front of that rim. Collapses both Nevels and Carter, and then the strong finish draws the foul. And Mecca has to start getting better shots. It's not going to be as easy as a simple flare screen, one ball screen. This Davis Steele team is going to force them to make multiple decisions if it's not in transition.
We've said the company, Davis Steele, is one of the highest quality manufacturers in this country of tubing and chain link fences, where they've been fencing in the Mecca all day long. It hasn't been easy for the Mecca scoring. At one point, they looked like the better team, but getting a chance to readdress, reassess, and recalibrate. And obviously a lot of that comes by way of head coach Davis Steele, Mike Malott. They've seemed really comfortable here in the second quarter. Ware, screen set by Carter. One-on-one against Clemens. He's going to pull up for three. Casper Ware.
And that's who, if it is tough buckets, it's going to have to be Casper Ware and Marvell Harris is coming off the ball screen. Davis Steele, great shell defense right there, loaded up. But a great screen from Carter to free up Ware.
And a held ball. Take a look at that last triple from Casper Ware, ghosting his defender on the perimeter as he pulls up. Nothing but nylon.
But watch Davis Steele right here. Look at oh, you can't quite see in this angle, but they're loaded up. And the only thing right there is Carter getting enough of Anthony Clemens, forcing him, giving Casper Ware just enough space to pull up. But that's a tough way to live throughout the game.
Clemens going one-on-one against Nevels. Clamp down defense. Can the Mecca capitalize? Start to build on a run as we are under 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. Carter. And foul as he quickly spins right into McGriff. You see how explosive he is anytime he gets his foot in the paint in the basketball.
Cam McGriff been fantastic. You talked about his 2 points, allowed 2 points, but defensively been so good right there, undersized, pushes Carter all the way out, pretty much to the 3-point line. Got a little overzealous with the hands, but great job at doing your work early.
Where the inbounds into Carter. Over to Nevels, in the corner for 3. Pulled down by Taylor.
No space right there as you see Gravett does a great job chasing Ware, staying attached.
Clemens from deep. Nothing but the bottom of the net from the former Hawkeye. 38-27. Davis Steele has been comfortable hanging on to this lead. 6 for 8 from beyond the arc. Ware, another 3-pointer, rattles it home.
It's a tough way to live, but if anybody can do it, Casper Ware, get it how you live right there. Another good screen from Carter. Clemens doing a great job trying to fight over that screen.
Clemens one more time, and he hits it. As the horn blows, Davis Steele up by 11, a lead they've maintained for the vast majority of the second quarter. From beyond the arc, these guys are dynamite.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good action, tough shot making, but you see it right here. Look at the double drag. Neville steps up and leaves Clemens, causing confusion. 5 guys out on the perimeter, and Clemens is hot. Can't give him space. That's back to back. And Davis Steele rolling right now.
Yeah, folks, we're going to head over to halftime. That gives us an opportunity to all get up, stretch. It's Thirsty Thursday. Let's have some fun. Highlights and more on the other end of this break. Saturday night is baseball night in America, and this week, 2 iconic clubs shine under the lights in prime time as Ben Rice and the Yankees face Saturday night is baseball night in America, and this week, two iconic clubs shine under the lights in prime time as Ben Rice and the Yankees face Pete Crow Armstrong and the Cubs. Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Halftime here, folks, from the beautiful M Resort Spa Casino. We got plenty more action to be had in this championship game between the Mecca and Davis Steel. Halftime here, you're taking a look at the beautiful casino. Coming up on August 9th on Fox, the stars of the IndyCar are coming up on August 9th on Fox. The stars of the IndyCar are going full throttle as they look to chase down Alex Pello in Portland. August 9th, only on Fox. Welcome back, folks. Halftime here. You're taking a look at the beautiful casino floor from the M Resort Spa Casino. A trip to the Bluegrass State on the line in this championship game between the Mecca and Davis Steel. Back on the other side of this break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1.
Welcome back, folks, as we're getting ready to start the third quarter. My name's Christian Filliman. They call me Philly. I'm with Jordan Taylor. They call him Badger Legend. And what a game we've had thus far. Davis Steele has an 11-point lead on the Mecca. This has been the largest deficit that the Mecca's had all tournament long. They got a lot of work to do if they're going to look to come out of this Vegas bracket.
Yeah, and it has to start with discipline on the defense and offensive side of the ball. Davis Steele has been tremendous defensively, being in position, being on a string. And the Mecca's going to have to move the ball side to side to get the shots they want to get. But offensively, Gabe York, second in the TBT in scoring, came to play, brought it off the jump, hit the first 2 threes. But then he's doing it off the bounce, too, finding his teammates. He's got 5 assists early in this game. And then his usual suspects, on both sides. Marvell Harris carrying the tide right now for the Mecca, keeping them in this game outside of a couple threes from Casper Ware. But again, the Mecca has great individual talent. They're going to have to share the ball, play together to break down this Davis Steele defense.
And speaking of stats, Davis Steele shooting 77.8% from the three-point line. That's better than the 57.7% they're shooting from the field. And Casper Ware, a 3, he's going to draw a foul. He's going to head to the free throw line for 3. And if there's going to be a bucket to come from anybody on the Mecca, it's going to come from that man right there, a legend, collegiately a legend all throughout the world, and trying to get his team back involved in this game, Casper Ware Jr.
And that's really been the source of their offense as of late is Casper Ware threes. He's hit 2 with 6 of his only points. Missed 3 free throws earlier in this game off of a 3. This man is 21 for 22 from the line at one point in this game. Now 1 for 5. But a good action right there. Just a little horn set, handoff, freed him up.
Yeah, it's been nothing free about those throws for Casper Ware, but he does hit that last one, cutting in. 41-32 now the score. And Gabe York, with all the points that he's had, he's got a team-high 11 points. Hasn't missed. I know you mentioned that. As Clemens gets blocked, and Taylor is going to pull up for the jumper. Rebounded by Nevels.
Yeah, great job by Jamerson. After the Carter block, did a great job at recovering, running Taylor off the line, forcing a tough two.
Bradshaw picks it right back up for Davis Steele.
Again, Neville's going straight down Boulevard. That's not going to be there. Davis Steele, two good perimeter defenders in York and Clemens, and again, they're always in position.
York quickly passes it into Taylor. Taylor wide open for a three of his own. The bodies hit the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow is going to keep it here.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Taylor almost breaking the basket with that one right there. But Gabe York, so good. They're up at the level again. Talked about the 11 points, but that's why the 5 assists. Just a great decision coming off that ball screen.
You could tell me who sang the song that you were just singing first rounds on me at the conclusion of this game.
Led Zeppelin.
Drowning pool, but close. Hearing chance of defense here. Mecca trying to clamp it down. 6 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul on Casper Ware. Pedro Bradshaw draws the attention.
That's a tough call right there. Official behind the ball. Sounded like Casper Ware got ball, but the way the ball came out of Pedro Bradshaw's hands kind of looked like a foul and definitely got him on the arm. Ball first, arm second. Nice piece of officiating yet again.
We've been blessed with a crew that's got a tremendous amount of experience, Final Four experience. A great officiating crew as we see Pedro Bradshaw, 6'6" shooting guard out of Russellville, Kentucky. Played at Eastern Kentucky and Bellarmine, where he was first team all-conference. A finalist in high school for the Mr. Kentucky Award, and just under 2,000 points. And a little less than 1,200 rebounds in his high school career. Those are some video game-like numbers.
Yes, they are.
Carter back to Harris. Harris behind his back. To the hole he goes. What can this man not do? Certified bucket is a term we've used loosely, but that's a certified bucket. Marvell Harris.
And love what he did there. Doesn't settle for three. Puts it on the deck. Great pace, great patience. Tough finish in traffic.
Ware to the hole. Success in transition.
That's what Mecca last 2 possessions. Moving the ball a couple times, playing inside out, attacking closeouts, and then getting out in transition. That's the answer right there.
Screen set, trying to free up Bradshaw. That's going to be a one-on-one between York and Harris. Leading scores of both sides. The foul on Harris.
Harris did a fantastic job right there at giving space and closing down, but then the reach at the end gives it up. Heads up play by York. You see offensively, pick and pop, hit Carter. Carter's so good as a passer, just a quick touch pass. And then Harris is in a closeout situation right there. Casper Ware, bowling ball downhill with speed, still at 36-37. Tough to stop.
God, you paint quite the image. Bowling ball full speed downhill. Oh my God.
That's it. I mean, look at my man. I'll tell you, at his big age, man, the way he's moving out here is impressive. He got to be eating right.
And what's been impressive is Gabe York. 13 points. And Marvell Harris walking gingerly off the court. That could be a huge problem for the Mecca.
And that could be. That is a huge problem with this Elam ending. You got to think time gets cut down in a sense, so every minute counts.
Moss pulls up for a jumper, and he swishes it in.
See how Bradshaw gives Moss space. They'll live with that. It's a good shot by Moss. But Davis Steele again. No ball movement, pull-up shot. Got to beat him that way.
Rutherford one-on-one against Jamerson, using his size, but as does Jamerson. Great defense by the former UCLA Bruins.
Yeah, that had to be some violation, though. High sticking, travel, something.
Calling hockey and basketball. Where to the hole? Blocked off the window by York. Into the hands of Moss. Misses the bunny. Ball is loose. Picked up by Bradshaw.
What a block by Gabe York. Taking 2 points off the board. Huge turn of events right there.
Clemens into Rutherford. Rutherford out to Taylor. York wide open in the corner. Leaves that man open, and you're going to have to go to confession.
Yeah, and that's Carter right there. He's up at the level of the screen, but you got to have some game IQ in that situation. Clemens is not going to let that fly. Even though he's made a couple, you force that, put the defense in rotation. You end up with Gabe York wide open.
Moss for three. Nothing but air as Jamerson keeps it inbound. Neville's driving baseline. With the right hand, he scores.
Tough bucket right there. Huge play by Jamerson, keeping that play alive. And again, Carter with the quick touch pass. Maybe could have been a foul as well.
Clemens back over to Taylor. We just saw a foul off the ball as Ware shoulders Gabe York.
Right there you see Casper Ware. That physicality from the first quarter, staying alive. On the other end, Gabe York got the best of Cass. Getting up in the air, flexing. On the other end, defense to offense. Gabe York, again, leading the TBT in steals. There's a block, there's a three. He's got 3 rebounds, 5 assists. He is the MVP of this game right now, and perhaps MVP of this Vegas region.
Swiss Army knife, Swiss Army York. The Wizard of West Covina, the great Gabe York. A lot of nicknames there. Pulls up for three. Almost banked it home. Would have said very well deserving of all those nicknames. Still is, despite missing a triple. Moss the pass into Ware. Transition basketball in the Mecca. Starting to go on a little run. Picking up steam, picking up momentum. Yeah. It's a 6-point lead.
Casper Ware right there. Maybe could have been a foul on Gabe York. Or get called for holding right there. Him and Gabe York jawing back and forth. Casper Ware hit him with the okey-doke on that last possession. There was watch Casper Ware talking to Gabe York on his way down the floor at the top of that screen. Can't really see it. Gabe York pushes him. He ends up with the back door. Nice little okey-doke from the vet.
And we've got 3 fouls on Casper Ware. Pass into the paint to Rutherford. Foul on Carter. Carter not thrilled about that call. Not quite apoplectic, but either way, not happy.
I'm going to go with apoplectic on that one. I think that's appropriate. I did look it up. I spelled it right yesterday, so 5 points for Gryffindor, whatever you want to say. But that's heads up right there from Rutherford again. Just sneaking in behind Carter. Carter with his eyes on the basketball, not attached to Rutherford. Draws the foul.
If you had Harry Potter on your TBT bingo card, you would have been right. We had well, you and I have already learned that we're both huge fans.
I mean, like I said, I went to Harry Potter world at my big age of 33, so, you know.
I've got 3 cats named Harry, Huff, and Hagrid, so what does that say about me? Means my boys are magical. Passing to Carter. Carter with Rutherford. 2 big men going at one another. Carter finding his way in with the soft hands and the quick feet. Carter.
Yeah, great adjustment by Carter. We saw Rutherford pull the chair in that first half. Haven't really gone back to it right there. Carter really heads up, just takes his time, uses that big frame, gets back to the jump hook. They got to go to that more.
Brown into Rodman. Rodman to Rutherford. And there's Rodman open in the corner for 3. Rutherford with the tip. And it just levitated and just stayed on the rim for what felt like forever.
Casper Ware got away with one right there. Got to disengage. Tough finish right there from Brandon Moss to the rim. But again, on that other end, Casper Ware survives. Made a defensive mistake. Fortunately, doesn't pay for it. Brandon Moss, we saw that in that last game. Getting downhill, wiry, gets the guard-to-guard screen, the good steal. Gets the advantage on Rodman. And don't look now, but the Mecca is back in it. for life here in Henderson, Nevada. The Mecca came into this half down by 11 points. Davis Steele had control defensively, but the Mecca has found their offensive rhythm behind transition buckets. And when you do play one-on-one, go to the big fella. Sweet feet, taking his time. And then Moss also getting downhill after a stop. They're playing with better pace, Philly. When they do go to one-on-one scenarios, they're playing closer to the basket. They're moving the ball. The Mecca has found something here in this second half. If they stay right here, woo, this finish is going to be something to see.
They built themselves a nice run, 8-2, and if you count the free throws, 9 for 2 run. It's been exciting basketball here, and Davis Steele, this is a team that has consistently scored more than 20 points in each quarter. They're only at 8 so far. So with the run that the Mecca's been going on, the defense is kept. Davis still relatively quiet with the exception of Gabe York. And Moss converts on the three-point play. There we see Casper Ware Sr. giving his seal of approval. It's a 2-point game. That's what we want. Exciting, competitive, entertaining basketball.
And the Mecca moving bodies, getting out in transition, still making a couple defensive mistakes. There's one right there. Again, end up with a mismatch. Carter does a great job on York.
You can see how quickly he bounced off of Carter, who's Gabe York. And the rebound into the hands of Ware. They can either tie it or take the lead here. Moss uses his athleticism, but misses the basket.
That's when Moss has got to kick out. You didn't have the advantage. Keep the ball moving. You don't got to force it up there. Plenty of time on the shot clock.
Taylor going one-on-one against Carter. Drives into the paint. Carter pulls down the board.
How about Terrell Carter? We talked about last game in the Elam ending. Heartfire Elite was going at him. He was okay at times, stepped up in that Elam ending in the last 2 possessions right here, moving those feet.
And Brown passes into Taylor. Taylor spins in traffic, and he gets the basket. Not an easy basket, but great transition basketball from Davis Steele as they have the 4-point lead with 2:22 remaining in this third.
Casper Ware with 3 fouls right there. Knowing he can't foul, Taylor does a good job. And that's tough right there from Lamar Peters.
Yeah, rattles in the deuce. It's back to a 2-point lead for Davis Steele.
Lamar Peters, but so timely. That's a shot you got to make in a championship environment.
Rodman for 3. DJ Rodman with the triple. Liquid Drano.
Again, it's Moss this time, falling asleep right there. Squeezes in, collapsing. You leave DJ Rodman. You talked about how he can shoot it. Those are the mistakes you cannot have here late in this game.
And that's Ware with a 3 of his own. Splash City, nothing but net.
And you see arms going up, fatigue starting to set in. Davis Steele, an uncharacteristic mistake in the half court. Casper Ware has been on fire off those dribble threes.
90 ticks of the game clock here in the third quarter. 2-point lead for Davis Steele. Getting really loud here in Henderson. McGriff into Rodman. York for a triple. And Rodman can't get the putback.
Okie Robinson. A mistake right there from the Mecca. Casper Ware has to switch up into that screen with Peters. He died, opened up the offensive rebound. The Mecca got lucky.
Under a minute to go.
Pass.
Moss wide open for 3. Jamerson with the quick hands. Offensive rebound and a foul on McGriff.
Terrell Carter has been so good in this half. Saw him on the low post, but defending, passing. But first right there, you see Moss. Lost track of Rodman. You give him that much space, it's lights out. And then same thing, Taylor. Not sure if they're switching, not sure if they're hedging, stays attached to Carter out on the perimeter. Leaves mighty Casper Ware wide open, his third 3 of the game.
Ware on the baseline, set to inbound. Into Carter. Going one-on-one against Rutherford. Looking for the tie, possibly the lead. It will be the lead if Peters hits the 3. And somehow comes up with the rebound, going from one end of the court to the other.
One side to the other. I would like to see Lamar Peters throw that back into the big fella, feed him. Post re-entry, he had the position on Rutherford.
Driving into the hole, high off the window. And Peters has it. Looking to go to the hole by himself into Moss. Moss misses the layup and gets the tip in. We're now tied.
Mecca storming back right there. You see David Steele, the one taking tough shots now, and Marvell Harris also back in the game.
Grab it to the hole. Rodman for three.
That's going to be 4 on Casper Ware. How about Hassani? Grab it right there. Getting in his bag. Baby, will you dance with me? Man, splitting the defense. 2 feet in the paint. Probably could have finished. Finding Rodman for 3. Electric shot creation from Hassani. Grab it.
Ware with 4 fouls is what we're getting that confirmation on as Rodman heads to the free throw line. Had a lot of ties here, 15 thus far this afternoon. Afternoon for us, evening for many y'all on the East Coast and on Central. And Ware, all 4 fouls this quarter. Now, TBT fans, show your pride and support your favorite team with official merchandise. Shop now at thetournament.com and represent your team all tournament long. So there'll be 3.1 seconds left on the game clock for the third quarter after DJ Rodman's next free throw, 56-54. Shooter's touch from the sniper himself. Moss right around half court. It'll count if it goes off the top end of the backboard. And we are 3/4 of the way through this one. Davis Steele maintaining a 3-point lead, but we're going to come into a fast and furious fourth quarter. Don't you dare go anywhere. TBT is brought to you by M Resort Spa Casino, the official hotel of the Las Vegas bracket. TBT is brought to you by M Resort Spa Casino, the official hotel of the Las Vegas bracket. Fourth quarter, getting ready to start here. 5 minutes and an Elam ending. There you see the score by quarter, and the Mecca woke up in the third quarter, trying to get to the promised land. The promised land in this case is Kentucky, putting on one heck of a performance. And after being down by as many as 11 points, which is the largest deficit that they've had throughout the entirety of the Vegas bracket, they've stormed their way in and have made things really hot and humid here in Henderson.
Yeah, and they did it by getting in transition, obviously getting stops, and then getting high-quality possessions in the half court as well.
Carter, easy bucket, easy money as he went one-on-one against Rutherford. Now it is only a 1-point lead for Davis Steele.
Yeah, Davis Steele's either going to have to bring a double, but the Mecca needs to go back to that every single time down the court. That's a mismatch for Carter.
Rodman going baseline into Rutherford. Gets a shot swatted. Where? Over to Peters from the logo. And a rebound by York.
Carter slow to get down the floor that time. You got to wonder late in this game, where's his legs going to come from?
Grab it into Rutherford. Easy with the right hand. Excellent heads-up play. Great vision from Hassani Gravett connecting with Rutherford.
And if you're Mecca here, floppy action, throw it into the block, and then get Carter a little sub. Or that. That's a mistake from Davis Steele. Gravett tries to cheat the screen. Great run from Carter, but that, make no mistake, Philly, that ball was going inside and Ware wasn't open. Carter looking like he's a little tired right now.
Killer Casper with the triple. We're tied. So we're getting closer to that Elam ending. Reese into Rodman. Rodman for three. Poked away and into the hands of Gravett. York.
Huge play by Reese right there to keep that play alive. Relatively good defensive possession. Get tied right here. Marvell Harris has been reaching a couple times, opened up a couple lanes for Davis Steele. He's fouled Gabe York. He's got to stay solid defensively, force tough shots. And again, Carter laboring a little bit, was slow to get down the court, not up at the level of the screen. They got the lob, so look for that second wave here for the Mecca, but big couple minutes coming.
Great inbound defense. So we're going to have a mulligan and do that all over again. You threw out a hockey term earlier. I had to throw out a golf term. I don't play golf. Not sure if you play hockey, but...
Yeah, I played hockey when I'm from Minnesota, man. It was like, I don't know if I had a choice, but
oh, that's
a couple
fair.
weeks I had an asthma attack and shut it down. I was like, this ain't for me.
Grab it with the hesitation. Rutherford can't hang on to it, but a foul against the Mecca.
Ooh, that's a tough call. Clarence Armstrong, the official, seeing a little excessiveness on the contact right there. Carter did a great job cutting off the screen right here. Watch the feet. Watch sweet feet right there. Maybe a foul, maybe not, but they get it on Moss, I believe.
Grab it. Gets his three-pointer blocked by Carter into the hands of Rodman. Rodman tries to draw a foul, and he does. And we've got a player down for the Mecca. I think that's Carter.
Yeah, Carter might be down with a little soft tissue injury. It's like a little... just got hit in the...
Waving.
Hit where you don't want to get hit.
Waving his teammates and his trainers off. It's going to take a brick wall to stop Carter. Yeah. That goes without saying.
He's out. You know, he looks, for a second, looked tired, but he's standing up right now. He gets the block. See him in the gap right there. And again, the Mecca doing such a great job. Held Davis Steele to 1 for 9 shooting for about 8 minutes out through that third quarter. But don't bail guys out. Don't foul on jump shooters. You're in a good position. Make Rodman make that shot.
Halfway home for Rodman. But halfway home doesn't mean he went home, missing the first free throw. 59 all with 7 minutes remaining. 3 till we get to that Elam ending. And the Mecca's going to take a quick timeout here just to figure things out, have a quick discussion, and we're going to head to a quick break here. When we come back, free throws on the other end. We said quick break, and we weren't kidding as you're taking a look at the Davis Steel bench. And that's head coach Mike Malak drawing some plays on that clipboard, some X's and O's for his Davis Steel team, who are looking to get back into the finals. The artist formerly known as Everline Drive, and the Everline Drive logo is on the Davis Steel jersey. And this Everline Drive organization, Davis Steel organization, they've had a lot of experience at TBT, trying to not only claw their way into the final, but trying to claw their way to $2 million. DJ Rodman at the free throw line, looking to put Davis Steel in the lead. And he does so successfully. 60-59 now the score. It's Lamar Peters. Dribbles it across half court. Into Ware. Screen set by Carter. Ware explosively to the corner for three. Casper Ware, oh so close for burying the triple.
First miss in a while for Casper Ware. That was tough. A runaway three if you like overseas basketball. Mike James, one of the best to do that one.
Clemens with all the space in the world. And Carter with the rebound.
Mecca living on the edge right now defensively at time.
Ware into the paint to Moss. And the Mecca takes the lead. 61-60.
Brandon Moss and DJ Rodman going at it. Moss just discards Rodman. Gets away with it. The Mecca bench said, get back on defense, get set. Davis Steel offense is not going to stop attacking.
The last lead for the Mecca was 10-9 with 4:41 left in the first quarter. Afterwards, they gave up a 12-0 run. Had to find themselves from a deficit. Rodman for three. Pulled down by Ware. Davis Steel has never trailed in the fourth quarter of any game. Mecca's trailed by as much as 11 points through the first half.
That was fantastic from Lamar Peters right there. Fantastic defense. You see again, toppling under the ground on the floor is York and Moss. You see right there, Moss just imposing his will under the basket. Discards Rodman. Rodman looking around like, hey, man, that's a foul. But they're going to get it this time. They're going to double foul on Gabe York and Brandon Moss.
Terry Taylor comes on for Rodman. 61-60, 5:24, but really 124 until the Elam ender. The Elam ending. A foul on York. So there's a man that knows a thing or two about Elam enders is Marvell Harris. He's got two of them here in this Vegas bracket, 7 all-time.
Back-to-back fouls on Gabe York. His third. Racking him up on him.
6 fouls to foul out. So we're going by the NBA rules rather than the college. Peters on the sideline set to inbound. Into Moss. Slapping Taylor on the hand check. Moss is going to head to the free throw line. His size and athleticism has helped him create some space and has really put him at an advantage over the defenders that have tried to defend him in the paint.
Yeah, that's actually a surprising matchup right there. Moss probably quicker than Taylor. How many times have we seen Moss attack the rim off of closeouts in transition? It's a little bit of a wrinkle throwing it to him on the block, and tough call if you're Taylor right there. But Casper Sr. talked about this Mecca team, how many options they have. Just showing up right now. A lot of different. Marvell Harris, not much here in this second half. It's been Carter, it's been Moss, it's been Casper Ware. Lamar Peters solid as always.
Moss, 6'9" small forward out of Alabama. Played pro in Argentina, Chile, Dominican Republic, and Taiwan. Puts the Mecca now up by 2. This is a team that has a never back down attitude, and they've fought so hard to regain the lead. It's going to make for one heck of an Elam ending. What a shot by Clemens. Under duress.
You see Peters and Clemens. Even Peters with the tip of the cap on that one.
Where? Shot blocked by Reese. Into Taylor. Clemens quickly passes it up to Reese. It's going to give us all an opportunity to catch our breaths. Clemens' hesitation to the hole, blocked by Carter. What a block by Terrell. TC emphatically with the SWAT patrol.
Terrell Carter not coming out, standing tall defensively right here. Lamar Peters, good defense, young man. Stay in front of it, but I got something for you. Take that, take that. On the other end, Lamar Peters late to get to the ice. Carter calling it out, bails out his team, and gets it off of Clemens.
1 point lead for Davis Steele. Peters right at the free throw line. Tipped out of bounds by Carter.
I can think about challenge that. Carter wisely calls out to his coach, says, no, that's off me. And that's Peters' shot right there. Don't love it in this situation. He's more than capable of making it. Not a bad shot, but I'd like to see them go back to Carter one time on the block. 2 touches, 2 scores this half. Hasn't really touched it other than that.
We're under 4. And a timeout by Davis Steele, which means that we are going to head to a Elam ending right here. 63 plus 8 is what Davis Steele needs to walk out on top. Your target score, 71. Elam ending when we come back. $71 and you're done for Davis Steele. That means 8 for the Mecca. Well, that means 1 more. Let's take a look at those Elam ending rules.
Immediate timeout. You saw Davis Steele take their time, get under 4, call it to set that ending. Plus 8 from there. That's why 71, 63 plus 8 is it. Play resumes out the game clock until one team gets there, and champagne on ice and ready.
How appropriate, too. A little bit of bubbly before going to the Bluegrass State for the winner of this bracket. Maybe we can find our way to scooch into that celebration. Nick Elam gets the credit for this Elam ending. Ball State professor, came through into this tournament back in 2017. Basketball loved it so much, the NBA All-Star Game utilized it in 2020. So only 8 points for Davis Steele. And York halfway through the cylinder. And it's going to go the other way.
Lamar Peters right there. Fantastic job fighting over that screen, staying attached to York. It makes a slight mistake right there. He tries to check him in the stomach instead of contest high hand. You can't do that with Gabe York. Thankfully, that rim kind to the Mecca.
Marvell Harris would be the guy to keep your eyes on in the Elam ending scenario, but in this case, it's Lamar Peters.
Lamar Peters getting the nod over Neville's here late. He's been solid, showing that depth. Right there, Carter does a great job flipping the screen. And Watson jumps to that side, opens up the reject for Peters.
Peters out of New Orleans, played at Mississippi State for a number of years, also within the Knicks Summer League. York with Ware. Two heavyweights going at one another. Clemens for three. And starting the Elam ending, Davis Steele was shooting 50% from beyond the arc.
Moss again got a little lucky right there. Same side help off of Clemens, who just hit a tough one. Fortunate on the miss.
Mecca controlling things in the paint. That comes off the hands of Moss. 30 points in the paint for the Mecca, only 18 for Davis Steele.
Go right back to it. This time they flip to the middle of the floor on the screen. Carter does instead of the outside. Use the screen instead of reject. He throws that to the rim. Moss has a dunk. See the Mecca bench all shouting, put that in the air, big fella. Such a good passer out of that short roll.
Reese weighing in his options, gets it back from Watson. Carter with another block. Block party, SWAT team. Carter, perimeter defense. He's been doing that all week long.
Terrell Carter has 6 points in this game, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks. 3 of those blocks, just like this one here off of jump shots. And he's been just stellar perimeter, interior defense. And then right here on the block, go right back to it. One-on-one.
10 blocks for the Mecca as a team is Nate Watson. The only thing he can do is basically bear hug Carter, as Carter did have the size advantage. I mean, even from your perspective at home, you're looking at a big man standing at 6'10". The only way you can pin him down is to hold him as much as you can.
Nate Watson is no small person himself. Terrell Carter, 6 points, like I said, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks. Casper Ware has shot the Mecca back into this game. Lamar Peters has attacked. Brandon Moss has attacked. Terrell Carter has done quite literally everything else for the Mecca here in this second half.
And in this case, starting off with a free throw successfully. 65-63 the score. For a team that found their way down 11 for so long, just very impressive response to start the third quarter and obviously the fourth. So much on the line. For those that don't know the Mecca, and that's going to be a timeout for Davis Steele. The Mecca is a pro-am in Southern California out of Long Beach, and we'll tell you more about that when we come back from the break. 65-63, the Mecca on top so far. Sunday is a day for champions. $2 million on the line as Kentucky alumni eagerly wait the winner of this one. Will it be the Mecca or Davis Steele? The winner of this heads on over to Lexington to take on La Familia, 1 p.m. on Sunday. You're not going to want to miss that game. It all comes down to Sunday. The Mecca or Davis Steele. Davis Steele looking to make a return for the third time historically to the championship. The Mecca in their first season here at TBT, despite having a lot of players with TBT experience. They've made their name known. Clemens. Peters has them all wrapped up.
Clemens wanted a foul right there. Looks like the Mecca's going to challenge that. You see right there, look at Lamar Peters. Ooh. Lamar Peters with a heads-up play right there. Clemens, heady, keeps it on the fake handoff. faked out Casper Ware. That's Ware's going to go to the ball. Carter's asleep, and Lamar Peters runs off the inbounder to recover. Mecca going to take the chance with the challenge. Why not?
Use him if you got him. Can't keep him after this.
Ooh, this is a tough call. I think that's off Peters, Philly. Oh.
There you see it from a different angle. That looks like, I don't know, from that perspective, I would say it came off of Clemens. Let's see what it looks like from here.
Call on the floor is to Davis Steele.
Ooh. So we're going to get some clarification.
So that looks like you're going to call a foul. That's the risk you run when you challenge. You can overturn into a foul. Everything on that play is reviewable, so the challenge backfires on the Mecca.
Clemens hits a huge free throw. 1 point lead for the Mecca. Inbound back into Clemens. There's York going one-on-one against Ware. With the push-off, he's going to get called for the offensive foul.
These two are high-level professionals. Gabe York spending his days out in China right now. Casper Ware in Moscow in Russia. And they've been going back and forth, back and forth.
Fourth foul on Gabe York.
Fourth foul. Casper Ware gets the better of York right there. We've seen it both ways. Heck of a backcourt battle between two vets.
Two players that are hungry for that champagne, thirsty for that champagne.
West Coast legends.
Peters steps back, hits the front end of the iron, rebounded by Watson.
I love that. You got to have Terrell Carter involved in the action right now, whether it's on the block or in the short roll. He's been so good.
Brown into Clemens. Clemens calling for the screen. Set by Watson. Clemens. Threes it goes. Rebounded by Ware.
Brandon Moss saves a layup right there. Strong side help.
The bounce in. What a flush. Two-handed monster jam by Moss. 67-64 now the score.
Brandon Moss with the same side help. He's gotten burned on that. That time it works out for him. And then runs the floor coast to coast. Casper Ware, spoon feed.
York deep three. And Ware gets the rebound. Huge trip up the hardwood. Ware with the runner. Scores! 2 more points is all the Mecca need to head to Kentucky.
On rebound in transition. That's how the Mecca got back in the game. That's how they got out on top. Bowling ball downhill.
And that's a timeout. 7-1 run for the Mecca.
See the Mecca storming ahead. Doing it on the defensive end and in transition. Casper Ware sees the floor. Feeds his wing. Brandon Moss going to play up on that rim. And then the second time, nobody's running. Don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. Strong shoulder creates separation. Casper Ware has the Mecca 2 points away from a trip to Lexington.
Trip to Lexington, bluegrass battle on the line. It's anxiety time. Out of fingernails, out of cuticles. Had enough Red Bull to the point where I have plenty of wings to fly on out of here. Both these teams coming in with so much energy, they're making a cup of coffee nervous. As a reminder, the winner of this game takes on the Kentucky Alumni Championship Sunday. $2 million on the line. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
For Davis Steele, you got to go on a 7-2 run. They've done it in this game, have not done it in this half. It's been all Mecca here in this second half, outscoring Davis Steele by 16 points. Right now, you got to have good action. It's got to be a middle ball screen. Anthony Clemens, Gabe York, both got to be involved in this action. And one of these guys has to make a play. potentially go back to that pick and pop they started the game with to Terry Taylor. That will produce an open shot the way the Mecca's been guarded.
It's going to be Clemens set to inbound. Hits York, back to Clemens.
Great job by Peters, top block and staying attached to York. Really good.
Screen set by Watson, trying to free up York. The pass into the paint. The layup too strong off the window. Moss has it. They don't need to rush. Settle in. 2 points wins. 49% of Elam Enders, and in 2 points. Casper Ware to the hole. Rebounded by Brown. Brown, and there's Carter with the block, but he's going to get called for the foul.
Carter, it's going to be
4th foul for him.
4 on him. Heads up play. Really good defense. Baited Brown right there. Stayed attached. Didn't want the 3, and then contested the 2 late. Heads up play there by Carter. Mistake on the other end for him there. Maybe a little tired. If he goes and crashes that glass and trails Casper Ware, he would have had a tip dunk for game.
First free throw. Missed by Brown. It is deafening here in this facility at the beautiful M Resort Spa Casino, the gracious host of this Vegas bracket. Brown's second free throw. Rattles it in. 69-65 now the score.
Davis Steele still in this game. Mecca still in that territory where you might get a heroic shot. Davis Steele played this Elam ending well, just hasn't executed. Missed free throw, missed layup, but be solid here. Just need one stop at a time.
Ware into Peters. Into Carter. Carter off the window. Just misses. Clemens with the rebound.
Take what the defense gives you right here. You don't need a 3 just yet. You'd love one if it's there. Don't gotta have it.
Screen set for York, trying to free himself up. He's got Harris on. Clemens for 3. Clemens! Sharp shooting triple from the former Hawkeye. 1-point game.
And a little pressure right there. It's Gabe York and Clemens in a ghost action. Just gets enough space. Peters did a great job. Better offense.
Who puts on that Superman cape? Who heads into that phone booth? Peters, one-on-one against Clemens. To the free throw line he goes with a chance to put this game on ice.
Lamar Peters, earlier in this Elam ending, took a step back too, maybe a little ill-advised. Great adjustment right there. Puts it on the deck. Get to that strong left hand, put pressure on the defense. How he started the Elam, ending with the layup. How can he step up, knock down these 2 free throws?
Coming into the 2026 TBT, 18.6% of the Elam Enders have come by way of free throws. And Peters with a huge miss, keeping the door cracked open ever so slightly for Davis Steele.
Yeah, now look for, if you're the Mecca, no 3s under any circumstance. You can give up the layup.
Misses them both. Carter with the rebound. Harris!
Who else?
The point, the tip out. Brown has it.
Gotta find shooters right here. Get attached to a body. There it is.
Brown for 3. Hits! What can Brown do for you? He takes you to Kentucky. What a shot by Terrell Brown. He started game 1 for Davis Steele with an Elam Ender. He closes it out for Davis Steele in the Elam Ender. Folks, what a furious finish. Just when you thought the Mecca was going to run away with this, Davis Steele crawled their way back in, fought their way back in, missed free throws on one end, 7-0 run to close things out. What a game, what an ending. Davis Steele gets to head to Kentucky for not only bragging rights, but for the chance to win $2 million.
Heartbreak for the Mecca, but you talked about that Everline drive on the jersey patch. We've watched this tournament. You've heard Nick Bye, you've heard Mike Bray talk about this tournament is about experience. Davis Steele has that, and you come off the 2 misses, a furious battle for the rebound. And in transition, you gotta find a body. Terrell Carter goes flying by, and you're looking for Gabe York, you're looking for Anthony Clemens. But Terrell Brown, who's been so good, doing so many things with the dagger to send Davis Steele to Kentucky.
Huge bucket, ice water in his veins, had the wherewithal to get his defender in the air, the step back, and the swish. Davis Steele are now in the championship yet again with an opportunity, huge opportunity, trying to be the bride rather than the bridesmaid. But what a tournament it's been here, and you gotta credit the Mecca. They were utterly impressive. If you don't know the Mecca, Pro-Am based out of Long Beach, California, they put it all on notice, put you all on notice. And it's a credit to Casper Ware Sr., what he did with this team, putting everything together. And there we see Davis Steele stamping their name into the championship, part of the Vegas bracket. What a game. We've all been blessed to watch such an exciting game of basketball.
It was all the Mecca in that second half, but again, the experience. 2018 Everline Drive knocked out by the illustrious overseas elite in that championship. Get another crack at it. 7-0 run to finish. No panic. You go down 5. You miss a layup. You miss a couple free throws. Terrell Brown himself missed a free throw. The response.
All right, folks, we're going to send it to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap this up. Davis Steele, your champions of the Vegas bracket. Back here from the M Resort Spa Casino as Davis Steele just defeated the Mecca by a score of 71-69, and it is our honor and privilege to bring on the hero, the man who went into the phone booth, put on that Superman cape, Terrell Brown with the Elam Ender, his second of this tournament. First and foremost, congratulations. What was going through your mind when that opportunity for that three-pointer opened up?
Honestly, get a shot up. we knew that we didn't want to give them another opportunity to score. You know, they missed 2 good looks. They missed 2 free throws, 2 before then. And we just prided ourselves on defense. I tried to get Gabe going on that shot, on that pass. They double-dipped Gabe, you know, what he can do. But then I was left open, so took the opportunity, and this is a testament to my work.
Talk about as a pro with so much talent, when in your pro teams, you're probably the man or whatever, to be the third guard, if you will, playing with guys like Gabe York, with Anthony Clemens. We talked about how good they are, but you've been outstanding, stepping up in every single moment. What's your mentality in these situations playing with guys like that?
I think it takes a team to win championships. People don't understand how hard it is to win a championship. It's only one winner at the end. And that, you know, we know Gabe and Anthony and, you know, Terry are going to score the ball for us. It's like what, you know, everybody else can do. DJ had a great game today, too. DJ played really well, but we all know we're going to have our moments, you know, within the game, within the tournament. And for myself, we just come out there and play defense. Let's do something that, you know, usually you know, feel general or a lot happened. I'm sorry.
It was crazy.
Still crazy. But yeah, it just, I would say just for me to play defense and just change the momentum of the game, come off the bench, you know, make sure the, you know, second units together, you know, and understand the moment of the game, because, you know, we've been here, me and Sap, been in the Final Four the last 3 years. Last year, we went to the championship, so we know what it takes. We know we're never out of any games. But yeah, for myself, it's just to change the outcome of the game.
You've had such a huge impact. Again, your second Elam ending. We got to take it to break here, but congratulations once again. We said, what can Brown do for you? Brown can take you to Kentucky. Congratulations once again, and good luck in the Bluegrass State.
I appreciate that, y'all.
Way to hoop, man. Congratulations.
We're back here with the Wizard of West Covina, the great Gabe York. Gabe, first and foremost, congratulations on one heck of a performance. You started the game with ice water in your veins, so many triples. Talk to us about your feelings right now heading back to the championship game at TBT.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, glory to God first and foremost. We did a great job, I think, of staying resilient, just understanding what the game of basketball was giving us. You know, talking to you guys a little bit before this, right? It's like we had a lot of great opportunities, missed a couple shots, but we just stayed the course, you know. And I think with this team, that's what we're really good at. And hopefully we can, you know, get over the hump and you know, go get one more in Lexington.
Gabe, you obviously a bucket. You've been a bucket, consummate pro. That's how we know you. But you can pass the ball too, right? I think people don't recognize about your game. But tell us what's going through your mind when you drop off your teammate. He misses the layup. Y'all are down 5. How'd y'all stay together in that moment?
Yeah, you know, I think we had called the timeout, and it was just a matter of understanding, like, don't let the moment be too big, right? Like, we've worked for it. We've understand, like, kind of what we got to do to win a game. And we're all pros. All of us have been pros for 6, 7, 8 years, so we've seen every type of situation before. And it's just a matter of getting stops. And once you're able to get stops, it's like the ball is going to go in at some point, right? So we just had to trust it, and TB was able to make a big-time shot. And, yeah, he's the man of the match today for sure.
He was.
And let's take a look at some of those highlights of how y'all came out of the gates. I mean, the battle between you and Casper Ware were also really entertaining. Y'all have known each other for a little while.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time, man, so it was good to be able to get on the court and play against him again. Yeah, just, again, man, just shout out to my teammates for being able to find me. And, yeah, you know, I'm not just a spot-up shooter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pick-and-roll guy, and I want to be able to, you know, make shots that way.
Yeah, I know. I've been a victim of some of them shots back in France back in the day, man.
Yes,
but
sir.
On that note, talk to the kids at home, man. Talk to them about the work, the preparation on your shot in the past, what goes into that, and how do you train daily to be a pro?
Yeah, so, I mean, for me personally, it's always a matter of how many shots can you make. It's never a matter of how many shots you can get up, right? Like, you can say, oh, I shot 10,000 shots over the summer, but how many did you really make? So I get in the court, or I get on the court, I make 500 a day, understanding kind of like where my footwork is, and I'm never shooting a shot that's not, like, almost perfect, you know what I'm saying? So I can get in a game like this, and my shot, I can, you know, take those step backs where I'm a little off balance and stuff like that, and the ball's still gonna go in. So it's all repetition, man. No matter what you do, you get on the court and you just rep it out, and, you know, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, like, make sure you, like, that form is perfect at all times.
Free game.
Gabe, I know you got plenty of things to do. You got a beautiful family to get to, a beautiful Doberman to get back to, and some bubbly before your trip to the Bluegrass State. Once again, congratulations and good luck for the rest of your TBT experience.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all, man. No doubt. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And folks, let's take a look at that bracket. Once again, Davis Steel, the champions of the Vegas bracket, and they head into Kentucky. The promised land is going to be in Lexington against La Familia. That game is going to be on Fox on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So much on the line. Forget competitive pride. Forget bragging rights. A trophy and, of course, $2 million. Excellent tournament. What a heck of a game. What a heck of a performance from each team. That wraps up the action for the first ever TBT Las Vegas Open. Once again, tune in Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox to see Davis Steel take on the Kentucky Alumni. La Familia in the championship game. For Jordan Taylor, I'm Christian Filliman saying so long from the M Resort Spa Casino in Las Vegas. Your final score, Davis Steel 71, the Mecca 69. Have a good night, and we'll see you Sunday.